And understand, when I mean dates, I mean nighttime dates. Ladies, if you don't want sex to be on the table, then don't go out after dark. If you go out after 5 p.m. with a man, sex should be on the menu. If you want to keep it strictly platonic, date between the hours of 12 and 3.
Get the lights up. Let's go. my lights up. Woo! All right. Enough of that. What's good, people? And welcome to our Tuesday night stream, okay? All right, it's not as great, I would say it's great, but not as going to be as extensive as our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night streams, but this is the kind of streams where we're not exposing gurus, but talking about general subjects that are going on right now within the said manosphere and at large, all right? And in this case, one of the biggest influencers in this space has been under fire. Matter of fact, he's been under fire primarily on Facebook and certain other platforms, and it's because of the comments of Curfew, right? Kevin Samuels went live a while back, and he basically had a within context, it was a conversation about, women and essentially, dating and when should you put out, when should you not put out, if we're talking about the greater context of things, right? And he was coming to the conclusion of, hey, women, all right, women, if you gonna go out there, all right, and go on a date and you planning on not giving that dude box, well, you better plan to stay your butt after in a house after 5 p.m. right? And we'll replay. We'll go ahead and replay what he said too as well. But I'm gonna tell you this: this set a lot of women hairs on fire. I'm telling you. Not just the women, but there were a lot of dudes too as well who were mighty pissed off about what he said. They were like, who the hell does this man think he is to put a tax or curfew on this box? Like, who the I'm telling you, especially Facebook, which is a primarily female-dominated platform, it was getting spread around. It was getting shared. Some of you guys even asked me to cover this and figure out what is going on. So we are going to cover a lot of this and more. And I'm going to tell you this. Y'all may not like the direction I may take it, because where I see it, there's a whole lot of hypocrisy here, and it just needs to be broken down. So let's go ahead and get into the show. Now, a lot of you guys were like, "Oh, dude, we great. This is a great value stream." I didn't know you had a great value stream already set up. No. Listen, I'm telling you this. We're going to be talking about Kevin Samuels here. All right, he's the high value or great value Godfather in chief. So you got to pay Kevin Samuels his respects, right? You gotta get great value in this motherfucker. Now, listen, my suit's probably not as expensive as Kevin Samuels. All right, listen, between all this, got to maybe a couple $100. I mean. We're not talking about Versace or anything like that, but equally as well, it does the trick. So we're going to go ahead and continue with that. So what up to you guys? Shout out to the chat, man. What is good? Hey, Duke's hairline. You were in for a treat. My hairline's exposed in the stream. Yeah, we matching today, baby. All right, so first clip I'm going to pull up is the Curfew clip you guys saw in the intro. All right?
Understand,
so
when I mean date, I mean night.
Whoa. Damn, Kevin, you ready to take off. Hold on. All right. So, and I want this to be a bigger discussion too as well, right? I want to turn this into a larger discussion. Maybe we'll have another stream set up where we're willing to go a little longer, get some girls on and have their perspective on it too as well. But I do really want to know, man, like what if you want sex, all right, should women be limited to a certain time, or is this something that we need to actually have a conversation about? Because this is something we've known throughout, even in the dating market, out in large, right? Guys are increasingly getting confused on when or even how to initiate sex, right? Because this whole thing has been very confusing, convoluted, overcomplicated, certain things like that. So it is a general discussion out in mainstream right now that needs to be had. And Kevin Samuels is trying to, somewhat solve that. But we'll take a look at some of the statements he makes within this particular clip here, and then we'll go ahead and have a conversation on if it actually does make sense. So let's go ahead and play the clip. As you guys can read the text up front, Kevin Samuels tells women, if you want sex on the table, then don't go on. If you don't want sex on the table, then don't go on dates after 5 p.m. Let's take a look and see what Kevin's talking about.
And understand, when I mean dates, I mean nighttime dates. Ladies, if you don't want sex to be on the table, then don't go out after dark. If you go out after 5 p.m. with a man, sex should be on the menu. If you want to keep it strictly platonic, date between the hours of 12 and 3.
And that was it. That set the entire social media on fire. All right, at least on Facebook, and as it relates to black women, because anytime Kevin Samuels drops something, a lot of black women will get pissed off. And in this sense, I mean, there were certain things within the statement that I certainly I certainly didn't really agree with, because I mean, it's like, wait a minute, after 5 p.m. Why 5 p.m.? Why not 6? Why not 7? Why not 4 p.m.? Like, I don't know what constitutes as a nighttime date, right? But I think it comes to a larger conversation of, okay, what is it that we're trying to accomplish here when we're talking about, okay, for guys getting what they want when they go on dates, and for women kind of what it is that they want. And when you break all of this stuff down, it really comes down to communication and vetting, those two things in general, because it's one of those things where women and men, you guys got to understand that when you're going on a date, like, unless you don't like the guy, sex is usually on the table. It's almost always on the table. Now, when you guys go ahead and initiate said activity, it's up to you. It may be on the first date, second date, third date. It is what it is, but it has to be that mutual agreement there, you know, whether it's under the table or you guys actually overtly communicate that. Either way, that has to be communicated. These weird little freaking rinky-dink rules where you got to do, okay, 5 p.m. and then, you know, don't do sex on the table. Ladies, first of all, you already know. Y'all, I don't know why we even have this conversation. You already know that most men want the box anyways. Y'all do know that, right? I mean, some of y'all ladies try to act like you don't know that. Oh, you know, he's just taking me on a date because he values my you know, opinions and, you know, my degrees and all these fancy stuff. That no. I mean, maybe it might be true for some guys, but a lot of guys, when they go on dates with you, all right, that's to feel you out. But then part of that feeling out process also includes sexual activity. Because here's the thing. It gets to a point where one party, let's say if we do this, right, we have a world where, I mean, we sort of kind of live in that world right now where a lot of women are taking guys on a date, and guys aren't really getting anything out of it, right? Well, first of all, guys, that conversation needs to be freaking had, and you got to be able to know when to, like, pull your game out and get the fuck out of there. But a lot of times, you're not really even getting what it is that you wanted. So if you're going on dates and you're majority of the time paying and you're not getting anything in return, this is what we have called a lopsided deal, because the guy is going in the hopes of, okay, I'm taking you out. I want to see where this goes. I want to see how far we can take this, right? And then part of it means the bonding process, which also means sex, right? Not the feeling out process, but also the bonding process with sex. And if that never comes and you keep delaying that, well, eventually the other side is just going to feel like crap and not even want to deal with you anymore. And if you're sitting there playing that game like, oh, well, I thought we were just friends and I thought we were just hanging out. I thought, like, I didn't know you would like me like that. And no, you don't have to do that. Like, girls, come on now. We got to use a little bit of common sense. I mean, that's just real. Like, some of y'all know, I'm not saying all ladies play this game, because there's some ladies out there, when you go out on a date, man, y'all already have the intentions and you know if you want to bang the dude or not. All right, let's just be real. Most of y'all ladies, listen, you run into a good looking dude, you can't even help yourself. The signs are there. All right, but then again, dudes, you got to be able to read this sign, right? You got to be able to read all of these signs and understand when someone is genuinely interested in you and when someone is not. And another important thing that a lot of these guys miss is understanding when and timing, right? Because a lot of times you hear with these dating coaches, right? Oh, you gotta do it on a first date, or you gotta do it on a third date, right? In most cases, it just comes down to literally, first of all, your how well you guys vibe within that particular moment. Because if you guys vibe pretty well, chances are the girl might sleep with you the first date. I mean, let's be real. She might do it, or she might just say, okay, you know what? I may be attracted to this dude, but I don't know. There's some flags and some things going on. Let me get it a couple dates, right? It just comes down to comfortability. Women have to be comfortable with you, and guys, you guys have to create that space. It is what it is. So when I see stuff like this with the curfew, I understand where Kevin Samuels was coming from in terms of helping a lot of women who don't really understand what's you know, the game, or are trying to get back in the game, or because believe it or not, a lot of women are confused. A lot of women are confused. They don't know what the hell the game is. They don't know, okay, well, do I do this and do I do that, or do I what do you call it? Do I fast or not? Do I not fast? What do you call it? Do I abstain? Do I not have sex for a while? You know, all these different things to try to get what it is they want, which is commitment. But you know, he's putting that in the hat to do it. But to say it in a way where you're like, oh, okay, you gotta do no sex after 5 or anything like that. that's that curfew. I mean, that's a little arbitrary, man. That's weird. It does certainly most women aren't gonna fuck with that, right? Like especially a lot of women aren't gonna fuck with that. Like you're not gonna put a tax on women's boxes and shit. That's just not gonna work. So a lot of guys have to be cognizant of that. A lot of women also have to be cognizant of that. Now here's the thing. Here is the thing. All right. The big question of today is, does what Kevin Samuels said warrant the response and the backlash that he was receiving over this? And let's be real, Kevin Samuels gets backlash all the time for different things, but is it warranted? I would say yes and no. Yes, if we acknowledge Cynthia G. You heard me right. Yes, if we acknowledge Cynthia G, because here's the thing, because y'all, we like to play these weird little games where we think that one oppression or one comment or one thing that someone says it weighs a little bit differently than something someone else has said, right? So if we're gonna do this shit, let's go ahead and do this shit right, and we're gonna do it balanced. I seem to remember a situation that which we're also going to be going over to as well, where Cynthia G said the most fucked up shit. And no, it's not about the whole black boys being aborted and shit. That is also horrible in itself. But also when in regards to a situation regarding a gentleman, I think his name was Miles Cunningham or something like that, where there's a video coming out where he was having a call-in show, and this perceived white dude or Asian dude calls in and pretty much not only slanders him, berates him, and was pretty much a goddamn racist. And when you look at the whole side of the whole female manosphere or femsphere, or whatever the hell you guys call it over there, right? They were praising this perceived white or Asian dude who's over here lambasting and like throwing derogatory terms at a black man. Right? So if we're looking at a situation, I've seen some sisters' comments like, oh, look what Kevin Samuels said, pussy curfews and this and that. Well, now he really hates black women. He really hates black women. Like, I'm telling you, guys, this is what we're fighting against. Listen, although his comments were off-putting and offhanded and maybe could have been phrased a different way, which is every Kevin Samuels argument, all right, let's not freaking sit here and ignore the fact that a white dude or Asian dude, whatever the fuck that dude was, goes on a stream and pretty much insults a black guy, calling him the N-word and all out his name. And women like Cynthia G are saying, good. Yes, congratulations. That white man told this brother what's up because brothers are bandits. Is that what she likes to call it, right? Struggle bandits, apparently. A lot of black men are. And I saw how you twisted that goddamn video, woman, to make it seem like this man who was being pretty much lambasted throughout that entire stream made it seem like this guy doesn't have a backbone, right? And you preaching to all your female followers who are also hurt and spiteful as you to make them believe that black men are weak and buy into this narrative that we kowtow to white folks and all these different things. Like that's very interesting. So if we're gonna have this conversation, people, all right, ladies in the chat and gentlemen, we gotta do this right. We got to call out the hypocrisy on both sides. Women, we can't be sitting here and trying to act like the outrage on one side is worse than the outrage on the other side. Meanwhile, a black woman is over here endorsing, and to be fair, it wasn't even just her. It was other women in that whole femisphere and the feminist verse doing that shit that literally it's a direct reflection of how shit really works around here. No, real talk. And it's a conversation that we eventually need to have where, okay, if we're going to call out Peter, then we also got to take a look at Paul. No. That's what it is. If we're going to be calling out this side over here, we got to be looking at over here and seeing how this side is fucked up. Because if we're actually going to build a platform where people are actually going to be balanced, where men and women can really come together and air out their differences, we have to be honest on both sides. So now you might be thinking, okay, Duke, okay, what is the video that got you all, crazy right now? What is going on? Like, what's happening? First things first, get the likes up, people. But second things second, we're going to play Cynthia G's version, all right? We're going to play her version of the whole thing, all right? And you're going to listen to, matter of fact, hold up real quick. Matter of fact, guys, I'll do you something better. Hold the French toast door. We'll play the video first, and then we'll analyze the video. And I want y'all, first of all, please because we're all bullshit detectors here. All right, in the chat, we're all bullshit detectors, and I really want you guys to have your eyes and ears open and listen to what this white man's saying. Because when I played back to y'all what a lot of our sisters were saying about this video, particularly women who call themselves influential sisters that find themselves always trying to throw little shots at Kevin Samuels and shit, and how they utilize this particular situation and try to twist the narrative, I'm going to say this. The whole shit with Fresh and Fit, when we're talking about how they talked about preferences and black women, this shit don't compare. Because, guys, I'm going to make at the end of the stream right now, I'm going to make a declaration, and I'm going to have y'all try to vote on it, all right? And the declaration is, by the end of the stream, is that Cynthia G and women of that same cohorts are racist. And I have the perfect place to lay out the case on why I think that is. By the end of the stream, I'm about to lay out a clear and concise case why I think Cynthia G and all the other women and all the other people who are following that side of the fence are self-hating black racists. Because y'all cannot sit here and listen to what y'all about to listen to and then let me know if that shit makes sense. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Guys, I'm not censoring shit. Y'all gonna listen to the first half of this shit and y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Because this shit, I was genuinely shocked of what I was hearing. And honestly, I'm gonna get at this dude too, because me and him got some problems right now. But let's continue.
Let me ask you, what do you think is, I will say that I'm a married man, I have a family,
Okay.
I have a wife who doesn't vote because I tell her she shouldn't because she's a woman.
Okay.
I have a wife who stays at home, who cooks and cleans.
Okay.
But let me ask you, what, I lead the house, with a strong hand.
Okay.
But let me ask you, what do you think the perfect woman is? And then after you give your answer, I'd love to reply to that. What do you think the perfect woman is?
So he's about to answer the question on what he thinks a perfect woman is, which I think it's a crazy question to be asking in the first place because it's so goddamn general. But we'll see what his answers are to this.
What do I think the perfect... Okay, so the perfect woman for me, because the perfect woman is different for different men, right?
Your idea.
My idea of the perfect woman. The perfect woman for me is just a woman that prioritizes time spent with me. I really don't, because I'm not into marriage. I'm not into, being with one woman. So the perfect woman for me is the woman that prioritizes and she values the time that she gets to spend with me.
Woman who prioritizes and values the time she spends with him. Keep that in your brains, people. Ghost Rider, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. There has to be at least sexual interest / attraction. Doesn't even have to be a sex with the first couple dates. And don't go on foodie calls. Most guys won't. No, absolutely. And to even just touch upon this real quick, this is what comes down to the whole vetting thing that I'm talking about, right? And the problem, because we get on the manosphere too as well, and we get on certain elements of guys who complain in the manosphere space about certain things like this. But we got to understand, because even when we debate certain guys on the stream, right? And what is the first thing they go towards? Oh, what if I was 400 pounds and I went to the club, right? And the girl would I get girls then? Would I be able to get girls and be able to take them on dates? My question to you is, first of all, why are you trying to meet quality women at a club? That's not going to happen. Most women at clubs are bought and paid for, and I don't mean like prostitution or anything like that. I mean literally they're hired by promoters to go stand in the club. They're not there for you, bruh. Those days are gone. Those days are over. All right. So that's essentially what it is. And why would a woman care about you or want to be with you if you're 400 pounds? You guys got to understand, man, when you're out of shape, when you're fat, all right, that's literally the physical representation of laziness. That's what it is. All right. So you can blame it all you want. You can blame it on the thyroid. You can blame it on, eating a little less or whatever it is, whatever diet excuse you want to blatantly put it on. All right. The fact of the matter is, fat is literally stored as energy that isn't being used by your body, meaning you're not putting enough output out there for your body to really burn off the fat that you need. It ain't that hard. It really doesn't help. Your input has to equal the output. So if you're 400 pounds, Why would you expect a woman to be with you or come approach you? You have to put yourself in a position, whether physically, mentally, or as best looking as you can to be able to attract that. Because I can't stress this enough. Attraction matters. Whether attraction with your physique, attraction with your body, or not even like your body, your outfits, your way of speaking, your charisma, all these different things, attraction matters. Because if you don't have that set attraction, a woman might take 5 days before she sleeps with you, versus the one, right? A woman, if you don't have some kind of personality, a woman might take a week before she does something with you, instead of 3 days. So all of that shit matters. What I see in this space, and you guys come at me a lot, but I'm just letting y'all know what the real deal is. I see a lot of guys who are just sitting around here entitled as fuck, complaining about why women aren't accepting them for who they are, and then not trying to realize that you have to make yourself worthy. You got idiots like Rollo Tomato. I roll a goddamn article on that shit, Tomasi, talking about all these different things that's gonna keep you guys separated versus what's gonna keep you guys actually motivated to go get those things, right? Oh, because pussy's important. It's not really that important, but if you put yourself ahead of that, it means taking care of your mind, taking care of your body, and all these different things. First of all, that's not even going to be a big concern, because the energy that you're going to be attracting because you're a wholesome person is going to be wholesome themselves. So you don't even have to worry about all these other stuff, because as long as you will attract that. So the issue is, when we're talking about what time or when to sleep with the person, it comes down to attraction. And you can't quantify that and coming home at 5 p.m. because you don't want to fuck the dude that you with. Sometimes women go on dates with dudes that are boring. I don't know what you guys know this or not, but a lot of dudes out there are boring as hell. It just is what it is. And a lot of you dudes are the same. And that's the thing. You guys are the same, so you got to figure out how to be a little bit different. Be a little bit different. Be yourself. If you're 500 pounds, go lose some goddamn weight and make yourself attractive, man. Like, literally, you listen to this shit where Rollo is telling you, oh, yeah, a woman is capable of loving you the way you need to be loved. That's bullshit. I felt love from a woman. It feels good. Like you don't understand. Like how much type of energy that just infuses with you, bro. When a woman is like really with you and she's looking at you like you her dude. Like some of y'all, I know when I see y'all talking, this mess y'all talking, y'all never experienced that. Myron, the nigga you listening to has never been in a long-term relationship. And if he has, he's only had one experience. Y'all listen to this dude taking word as God Bible, and you don't even know, he doesn't know how to even maintain a goddamn relationship. He never has. And the other dude who's writing these damn books has been married for 25 years. So you got one person who's never been in a long-term relationship telling you not to do shit, and another nigga who's been in a long-term relationship and knows how to manage it also telling y'all not to do the same thing that neither of them have had the experiences of doing. Make it make fucking sense. So when you listen to these guys, take it with a fucking grain of salt and get your ass out there and do something. If you're not attractive, go make yourself attractive enough to go find somebody. That's it. It's really what it is. If you want to wait 5 days, 2 days, that's literally the difference. I don't know why we're all trying to complicate all this. I realize I'm going off here because this super chat is great and it just leads into a lot of things, but I got to get into it for a second. Like, this whole thing is crazy. It's just attraction. If you're not attractive, motherfucker, and you know that, go figure out what it is that you have. If you know you're funny, now go learn how to use that to your advantage. If you know you have a decent physique, but you're not in the gym a whole lot, you need to spend 2 or 3 more days in the gym. And if you're ugly, pick a struggle. Go get some money. Go. I would then recommend go find you a Fresh and Fit book or some shit, right? That's what I got. But you have options. You all have options as males, okay? So when these guys are trying to make rules for women and all these different things, what they're trying to do, they're trying to take you back to a traditional time, and we don't live there anymore, and women are not going to go back there. So we're sitting here waiting on hope. And you all know what I feel about hope, bro. Hope is just an expectation, and just like all expectations, they will lead you to disappointment. Every time you expect something out of somebody else, that means that you fail to actually put a proper plan or process and get together to guarantee your outcomes. Whenever you put your expectation in somebody else, you will be disappointed 9 times out of 10. That's just the way the world works. So when I see guys on one side selling goddamn hope, and I see women on the other side selling goddamn hope, you guys are all going to be disappointed because ain't nobody out here really telling y'all what y'all really need to get going. If you want to get a girl to sleep with you on the first date, go make yourself more attractive. And I would tell you this, right? Because I would tell you, chances are I'm more good looking than y'all niggas out there. And I'm not just doing that to toot my own horns. Like, I'm just letting y'all know. But even some girls I deal with don't even want to fuck on the first date. So that's just what it is. Not every girl's like that. I don't care if you're the hottest of the hot. There's some women, yes, some women out there who literally have lines that they won't cross. They have rules that they won't have you walk through. So just because she says, okay, I'm not fucking with you today, doesn't mean it's not going to be, I'm not fucking with you tomorrow or next week or whatever it is. So y'all got to understand that because listen, I can hammer in this and I can harp this on until the day the goddamn gills come home, bruh. But this shit, we all should have known this by now. We all should have known this. This is high school, college shit. So why are we still learning it at 30, 40, 50-year-old people? It don't make no sense. And this is no knock against Kevin Samuels, and he has his way of doing things and saying this, and he can very well preach that. And this is not even knocking what he said, because realistically, I don't even have a big problem with what he said. I really don't. Like, a lot of y'all do, but y'all, I don't really have a big problem with what he said. Pussy curfew, that's up to y'all if you want to listen to that shit. I personally think it's garbage. Right? A woman, if we're trying to understand the attraction of a woman, you just got to do what it is that makes you attractive. Listen, money ain't all that. All this high value shit ain't all that. Because in the end, the woman's going to feel what she feels. And whatever tickles a little pickle, that's what she's going to go with. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Make yourself more attractive. That's it. And the more attractive, the more confident, the more charismatic you become. Whether it doesn't even really matter who you're dealing with the race of women, right? If it was black women, white women, or Asian, or Latinos, or whatever, Latino women, or whatever the fuck it is, right? Or is it Latino women or Latina? I don't know when to use those two, right? Latina women, right? So when you it doesn't matter with these kind of women, you have to display confidence. When you listen to a lot of women, when they talk about what makes them attractive to a man, or what makes a man attractive to them, right? The biggest thing is confidence. That's one thing that's universal. So when y'all sit here listen to dudes who are constantly telling you all these different tips and tricks, it doesn't make any sense. Go find your confidence and then go grab it, all right? Then pull yourself up by your damn cojones and go talk to a woman with all that confidence you found. That's it. And that's attractiveness too. Confidence, like, they get you up on an attractive scale, even if you ugly as shit, right? Some of you dudes out there right now, I know some of you guys following these Fresh Fit, and we're seeing what some of y'all look like, okay? When some of y'all over there following these dudes, these Rolo scans and all these guys like that, all right? Listen, go get you a personality, bruh. Go make yourself more magnetic. And the best way to do that is just go talk to more people. Go join a sales course, or go join a sales team, right? Whether it's insurance, cars, anything like that. Go sit in front of people. Thousands of people a day until you get a pattern. And that's how that shit works. But this stuff, we got to figure out when to get the box and when to not get the box, to get the box. It's all convoluted and weird. Women knows what's attractive to them, all right? They instinctively feel that. And you got to be able to know. So I don't get it. This hasn't been any rocket science or anything like that. It's just crazy to me how we overcomplicate all of this shit. Yisha Yahoo, thank you for the $10 super chat. I got to get you another one. Provide experiences and fun times that most guys are too afraid to provide for them. Courage is what is going to make you stand out. Oh, be creative. Facts. Let me tell you one more thing before we get back to this video. When y'all buy all these courses, you listen to all these y'all literally are repeating the same thing these guys are saying. I hope y'all know that. When y'all out here listening to some of these coaches, buying some of these courses, guess who also bought those courses? The same dudes who are in your position that are struggling. And guess who those same dudes or those women are running into? All of them that bought those same courses. So now when they're running into a dude after dude after dude, and they're looking at you and they're like, oh shit, he's saying the same thing that other dude did. Oh, okay, I kind of know who the fuck you are. And guess what? It pans out that you start behaving the same way those other dudes behave, and she's gonna be like, I got you. Just like every other nigga. That's just what it is. So stand out from this nonsense a lot of these people are talking to and go develop your own goddamn character. And that's not done in the book. All right? You read characters in a book. You go become one in real life. That's how that shit works. That's how it's always worked, and that's how it will forever work, all right, unless we change our biology somehow, all right? So let's continue with the video. I had to just go in for a second, but listen to what this white dude starts to go in when he tries to talk about, like, black women and shit. And listen, for those of you black men and women in the chat, I feel sorry for what y'all about to hear.
Stop right there. So, like, stop right there. So, you know.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna need you to take it easy because this is my show. So
right now he's checking the dude because this dude right now is basically coming on the show and trying to tell him what the hell is up. Like, let me calm down. Let me tell you what you're missing. All right. So I want y'all to pay attention to this part right here because this is gonna come up important later in the stream. All right.
All that stop right there shit. Take it easy. Take it easy because I know you fundamentally disagreeing with me and all that, but I still need you to be in the position of a person who's calling into someone else's show. Okay?
That's fine, but I'm going to make it interesting.
Because I'm not. You take it easy because I'm not your wife who you lead with a strong hand. This is not that situation. So make sure you check your situation before you do all that bullshit.
You would know nothing about leading women. That's obvious.
Gotcha.
So what I'm saying is, you want a woman to be subservient to you, but you want that woman to fill the roles of a woman, but you don't want to fill the roles of a man. You know,
no. Who said anything about her being subservient, bro? When did I say subservient?
I mean, you want a woman to.
That's what we call projection. That's what we call projection. Because when we have these conversations where men want black women to be subservient to them and shit like that, when we hear all these damn narratives, it's not true. From the dawn of this goddamn country, black men and black women have always been together like this. Black men have never been in an elevated position of power ever. We've always been the same since the moment y'all been tied down in them boats together, to the moments we arrived on the shores together, beaten, whipped, hanged, lynched, whatever you want to call it, together. There was never a point in time where a black man even felt the need to have their woman be subservient to them. If anything, they saw them as equals today. So when this white man is coming in and telling this dude what's up, like, it just doesn't make any sense because this dude is wilding right now. Who wants to? No one asks a woman to be subservient. That's y'all. Y'all with that slavery shit. Y'all want people to be subservient to you. And I'm not saying all white people, but the dudes that have this kind of possessive and controlling kind of mentality. Guys, watch. And some of y'all ladies will recognize, because y'all know a narcissist when y'all can sense it, right? So listen to this white dude and how he talks, and let me not know if y'all don't sense a narcissist in the midst right now, the way he's talking about women.
Love you and worship you. That sounds like subservience.
When did I say love and worship? I said I want a woman to prioritize the time she spends with me. That's it.
He pulled all of that out of his ass. I remember I recorded that. A woman that values prioritizing time with him, he took that and said, oh, you just want women to be subservient to you. Like, what nonsense is going on here? Like, what in the hell nonsense is going on here? But let's continue. I want y'all to really marinate in this. I want all of y'all to marinate in this because this shit is about to get crazy.
Okay, that means being subservient. That means she puts her life on hold to make your life happier. That's subservient.
What?
So I can already tell you're black,
bro.
So this is the problem within the black community.
Oh.
You guys just like you called women bitches.
Right.
This is.
And then he goes right into the problem in the black community. Like, wait a minute. You come in, misrepresent his words, and then go into the problems with the black community. I can tell you're black, and here's the problem with black people. No. You're not even finding the problem with the words you're using right now. Let's continue. I want y'all to pay attention because this gets crazy.
This is the reason you guys don't have families. This is the reason. You expect a woman to be the perfect woman, to be you want a housewife without being a husband. And that's what's wrong. And you're sitting here giving dating advice to people.
Now, here on this part right here, he's actually right. he actually had some points to say, right? And then this is where a few times I would actually concede to one of his points. A lot of problem with our situation right now is a lot of us, especially within this manosphere, you see this shit, right? A lot of us expect wife treatment while being average dudes and things like that. Now, when I say average, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being average, but average as in you guys are just okay with just settling, right? Okay with just being where we're at, right? Not striving for more. And not everyone's gonna be a millionaire, but striving to actually be the man of the house. And not saying that this is most black men, because there's very few that pull this off, and they're very successful, and they have very successful relationship and marriages. But for the majority of those, and y'all are found online sitting here complaining about black women this and black women that and things like that. A lot of times it comes down to your own personal power. Because when we're sitting here talking about black women ain't doing this or that like that, and you act like you can't find the one that can do you right, I don't know what else to tell you. That means you're not utilizing your own personal power and agency to go do something about that, to mold yourself into the guy to go ahead and take action. Because you know why? Action is the hardest thing for a lot of dudes to take. It's easier to sit here and blame niggas for shit and blame other people for shit, but instead of taking actions and taking control of our own destinies and shit, we don't do that. And that's not to say all black men, but like a few of them are. That's why we have this problem right now. And I'm not saying a lot of it is a black man's fault, because as we're about to see right now, sisters, you got a whole lot to answer for, and Cynthia G does not do y'all justice. So we're going to get the dudes here first, all right? And second of all, dude, why you got that sunglasses off? I mean, like why you got that shit on inside? Like, that shit don't make no sense. Like, I'm always skeptical of dudes who wear sunglasses on inside, because it's just like, what are you hiding? Like, why? Like, it's okay if you do it as a skit or a joke or something like that, but if you just out here wearing sunglasses, like, I don't understand what's happening here. But let's continue. Oh shit, Mia, thank you for the $50 super chat. I gotta give you another one. One more. I don't think we have enough. Shout out to you for sponsoring this stream. I appreciate this. My African dad told me that sex is an intimate and spiritual experience. As a black woman, I was very careful about sex. Met my black husband at 16. We were friends 3 years. We dated for 6 months before sex and have been together 15 years. He has always been focused. This is the kind of relationship a lot of black women should be striving for. And you know what makes you different than what a lot of black women aren't dealing with right now is the fact that you had a father to actually sit there and counsel you and coach you on that shit. What your dad is telling you is exactly what I'm telling my daughter right now at the age of 6, right? Like, a real man is not going to sit here and just tell you a bunch of sweet nothings. A real man is going to prove to you what he's worth before you decide to give the box up to him, because that shit is going to be very, very important. And the fact that you have a dad to let you know what's up shows how important it is that men are in this goddamn community, Cynthia fucking G. You're sitting here making streams, clowning on dudes, saying it's a black man's fault for not growing up. Well, you got to ask, who the fuck's raising these dudes? Because it seems like in this country, not Africa, because I'm Nigerian, but in this country, we live in a goddamn matriarch. What that means, and Pink Books did a video on this today. I think she dropped it today or yesterday, whenever the fuck she dropped it. But it was great because it was detailing the history of literally 30 or 40 years ago of black women, basically the whole single mothers and single parenthood and shit like that. This was decades ago, before we have the situation we're having with black boys today, of black women going through the same single motherhood shit and perpetuating the exact told you, Mia. Men who were there to strong men who were there to let you know, hey, this shit's intimate. You can't just be out here giving your box out to everybody. I'm gonna tell you this shit. This women's liberation shit, it's not for y'all. It's for guys like us. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You mean I ain't gotta marry you to do something with you? I mean I ain't gotta require you to do anything. I don't have to require you to cook. I don't have to require you to clean. I don't have to require you to make sure my house is all that or do any of that. And you could just come over here. I could use some sweet words and I can get the box. Bet. Run the fucking play. Let's do it. All right. So that's what it is. Y'all not winning. Y'all not winning with this kind of model. Women like Mia are. All right. And then when you see stories like Mia's, right? Oh, they say, oh, you're a pick me, or you're this. We even had that on the stream before where a woman was sitting here voicing her opinion, a black woman, right? And she was called a pick me by other black women. Let's make that shit make sense. No, that's reality. If you want a valuable man, he not only has to prove, like Mia's husband, that he's valuable, right? And he ticked all the boxes her daddy told her that a man should be looking out for, but you also have to know when that is, because it is very intimate. It's not something that you can just give away. This whole thing, my body, I can do whatever I want with my body, but you are mishandling the asset that you have completely, to the point where you're older and you're feeling worse about yourself because there were so many different options that you could have had. Like this shit, this is how you're supposed to do it. This right here is how you're supposed to do it. All right, you marry your best friends, because that's someone who knows you inside and out, who's been there for you, X, Y, and Z. But a lot of us, we fail to formulate those relationships, and we're getting too used to being single. So there's a lot of things that we're missing that used to be very, very simple. Back when we had smaller communities, you married a guy that was down the street because you knew what he's all about, and he was vetted by his family and was vetted by other people. If he was a hooligan, well, guess what? Everybody in that community knew he was a hooligan, and you look bad fucking with him, right? So we had a situation where everyone held each other accountable, and everyone had a certain level of responsibility. That shit doesn't exist anymore today. So we got to understand where a lot of this shit's coming from. But Mia, shout out to you for the super chat. Your fifth one for that. Let's go ahead and get back into this video.
You're leading men down a dangerous path. You want a good wife? You want a good wife, a lover? You get a job. You do your job as a man. How dare you say that a woman should do her job and prioritize her wants to worship you when you don't do a fucking thing? If you don't provide for that woman, she don't owe you a fucking thing, dude. Not a thing. And it's simple to me because you call them bitches. You call them bitches. You know, yeah, I'm just hanging with my niggas, fucking bitches. That says all
I don't know if y'all heard that. So right now, it seems like this dude is reciting what he saw from a rap video. That's what it seems like. It seems like this man talking right now, this perceived white man, has no experience with black people if you think that all black men are sitting here calling their broads, their women bitches and shit. That's what you see on TV. That's what you see on music videos. A lot of black men have respect for their women. I don't know what the hell this dude is talking about. Not every black man is going around talking to their women, calling them bitches and shit. Like you sound stupid. Like real freaking ignorant. And then you said the N-word. I'm gonna play it back.
Yeah, I'm just hanging with my niggas, fucking bitches. That says all I need to know about you. And that's why women don't fuck with you. That's why good women don't fuck with you.
And y'all see how he's making all these crazy assumptions. Oh, that's why good women don't fuck with you, black man, because you call all your girls bitches and shit. I'm gonna tell you this. Look who your women are attracted to. White man, Asian man. They're all coming to black men. That's just what it is. You can't deny the fact. Whether it's a good black man or the broke black man. Either way, we got something. There's something here that we got. This whole manosphere shit and all that stuff like that, right? Moving the black manosphere aside, there's a lot of you white dudes can't get girls out here. A lot of you Indian dudes can't get girls out here. A lot of you Asian dudes can't get girls out here. Your women are leaving you because y'all too damn milquetoast. And guess who they're leaving you guys for? Black men. So what are you talking about when your women don't want you? Our women, now that's a different story. There's a conversation to be had, but there's history behind that, brother. There's history behind that you don't fucking understand. But you're sitting here listening to hip-hop music because the largest demographic of hip-hop music consumers are middle-class white kids, particularly white boys. You guys consume that shit, so you watch a lot of hip-hop and assume that all black people treat their women like this. You're crazy. Let's continue.
That's why you have a problem dating, because good women know you're not a good man. And you're giving all this advice. You're a shitty fucking man. You're not a good pickup artist. You're not a good dater. All you do is want to fucking come and a cum receptacle. Like, all you want to do is come. That's all you want to do is come. You're not teaching young men how to, be fathers, how to be leaders. You're a continuation of the problem we have. You want to come in women and then bail. That's all you want to fucking do. You're a piece of shit. Kill yourself tonight. You're the reason
Where is all this coming from? Are you guys hearing this? I'm going to rewind it back. I want y'all to really pay attention to what this man is saying, because I'm going to play what's going to come out of a black woman's mouth and many of other black women who co-sign this shit, because I'm going to tell you this. They applauded this man for what he's saying. We've gotten, what, 4 minutes into the video. You misrepresented what he said, right? And then you basically started dragging our race of people through the mud, talking about we all treat our women a certain way. Then it turns from that to I hate you. It seems like your anger is rising. It seems like your anger for black folks are rising. What's going on, brother? Did you walk in on your girl with a brother that looks like him? Is that what it was? A girl in the past, your girlfriend, you know, you walked in on her, she was doing something with a brother. Is that what it was? Because you are sounding really, really mighty angry right now to tell somebody you don't know to go kill themselves as a white man. Like, this gets crazy. I'm going to rewind it back, and y'all make sure I'm not crazy on what I just heard.
You're a continuation of the problem we have. You want to come in women and then bail. That's all you want to fucking do. You're a piece of shit. Kill yourself tonight. You're the reason black kids don't have fathers while they go to jail and while they have higher crime rate. Because you're a piece of shit. You want women to do their job without you doing your job.
And here's another thing about the fucking crime rate, bruh. Because if you really actually put the rates side by side with white men compared to black men, white people, the crime rate's a lot higher. Now, you can attest to the fact that white people are more of the population, and that makes sense. But if we're comparing race to race here, you can't just look at 13% of the population and say, oh, well, look at that. Look at your rates. Look at your crime rates. Okay, let's look at y'all's. Like, what are we talking about here? And you're telling him to go kill himself? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, this is crazy to me.
You're a piece of shit. Kill yourself. Fucking kill yourself.
Oh, all right. Are you done?
Good pussy. Good pussy. Good loyal pussy.
Yeah.
Comes with strings attached.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
And I hate to fucking do this because I already hate this piece of shit that's talking right now. But he's, in a sense, he's got a point. Good box comes with strings attached. However, your point's now null and void. You out here just talking about you hate the guy and stuff. And you don't even sound like you know what good box look like or taste like or even feel like. You don't know. You don't sound like you know. You're a dude that watches too much hip-hop and then comes on here, see the first black dude that reminds you of a dude that your girl was cheating on you with, and you on there and went off. That's crazy. Hey, Kinder, you got one more chance, bro. Like, and you're gonna be up out of here. We don't play that kind of game. We do not play that game. Chill the fuck out. Like, real talk. We're on code red already on this platform. Say the wrong thing, you gone. I don't fuck with us over here, bro. Like, you don't fuck with my chat. You don't fuck with my people. You don't be talking about people who are gay and shit. That's fucking weird. Like, cut that shit out. You get banned, dog. But listen to this. Listen to this. Like, hey, all my homies, all my black folks in the building. I mean, I want to know how y'all feeling right now. I want to know how y'all feeling right now because this dude is getting ready to lynch a brother. That's what he sounds like he's getting ready to do. If this man was sitting next to him and he had his partners next to him, I guarantee you he's getting ready to lynch this dude. That's what it sounds like.
You wanna fuck a virgin, but you don't want to be a leader.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to fuck a virgin, sir. I do not.
Yeah, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Because that you know.
Because I have fucked a virgin. I know what that's like. I don't want to fuck virgins.
Yeah, because that's too much work. Niggers don't like to work.
Oof.
Y'all heard that.
So you're a white guy.
Y'all heard that. And that was with a hard ER. I'm gonna throw it back. Pay attention, folks.
Yeah, because that's too much work. Niggers don't like to work.
I'm gonna play that one more time. All my black folks and sisters in the building, I'm gonna play this one more time. Imagine, hey, ladies who are, if you're black and in the chat right now, imagine if somebody was talking to your son like this. Imagine if this was your son and some white dude was talking to your son like this. I'm gonna play that one more time in case y'all didn't hear.
Fuck virgins.
Yeah, because that's too much work. Niggers don't like to work.
Oof.
I'm gonna play that one. I don't think y'all heard it because let me just play that one more time. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed. Maybe I gotta take these headphones off because maybe I missed what this dude said. And ladies, gentlemen in the chat, please pay attention to what's happening here. Let's listen.
Yeah, because that's too much work. Niggers don't like to work.
Okay, all right. I'm not crazy. I heard what I heard. And you know what that sounds to me? It sounds like you hate black folks. It sounds like you have a vendetta against black men. That's what it sounds like to me. Let's continue.
So you're a white guy, yes?
No, I'm an Asian, and I also identify as non-binary.
Wow. So you're right. This was very interesting. I do appreciate you calling in and sharing your opinion. This is very interesting.
What if I was?
Hey, hold on. Shut the hell up, nigga. What are you talking about? What do you appreciate? What? Nigga, what? This man just came on your live and he used the N-word with a hard ER. I would have booted his ass off. Say less. Like, what? Thank you for what? Nah, hell no. You better take them sunglasses off and get real. This is mad disrespectful. And you gonna sit here and say, I appreciate you. Nah, fuck that. Come in here talking about what you know about my goddamn women. No. As a white man or Asian dude or whatever the hell you are, tell me what you know about my women. No, you tell me. Let me get my mug back in here. You tell me what you know about my women. You don't know shit. The fuck? And you gonna sit here as a brother, let this dude say all that nonsense. Like, what's going on here? Like, you would at least check somebody for that shit. You're not gonna come up to my live stream, use the hard ER on me, lambaste me, and talk about my women like you ain't like you some kind of like, bro. I will slap you through the goddamn phone. The fuck? You got me crazy. Nah, you don't tolerate disrespect. Not like that. You don't tolerate that shit. I don't give a fuck who it's coming to. You would have ended the phone call right there after the first time he said it. That phone call would have been dead. Dude, that shit, like low-key, I was more mad that this dude let it run on, and then he thanked him afterwards. What the hell's your problem, dog? I don't give a... See, this is the problem with a lot of us, right? We like to play nice with people who aren't playing nice with us. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Like that situation with that white cop, that female cop who walked into the wrong apartment and shot the African dude. I don't know if he was Nigerian, but I felt it like he was Nigerian because I'm Nigerian. And I was pissed off. And then guess what? Everybody hugged her and said, oh, it's forgiven and, all that shit like that. She shot your brother. If somebody shot my brother, I want blood. Fuck that shit. Fuck your goddamn forgiveness, bitch. I don't want your damn forgiveness. Give my brother back. You shot my brother in his own home, and y'all sitting there hugging him like it's okay. This is the weak kind of conditioning I'm talking about. That shit has to stop. And when most black women talk about lack of backbone in our communities, this the shit we're talking about. We don't condone this shit. I bet you if you were Jewish and this dude said that, watch what the Jewish community would have done to him. They would have found out where this dude lived, and they would have doxed him and tarred and feathered him out of here. Every community don't let other people play with them like that but us. Like, why is that? That's the shit that always pissed me off, dog. It's like, how we just let people just come in here and say whatever. I bet you if them niggas were Jewish, he wouldn't have got away with that. If they were trans, they wouldn't have got away with that. We got doxxed for even using the word transformer. We got doxxed for that shit. They don't play. So why is it that we're the only ones that let this shit happen to us? And then you thank him afterwards and you expect you to look at that shit like respect? If an Italian dude, if that was an Italian dude sitting there and some Irish guy comes in and telling that Italian dude about his women and about all that shit, what's up, I guarantee you would have said something. You want to sit there with your goddamn sunglasses thinking, oh, I appreciate you. What the fuck was that, bro? Like, listen, I listened like a couple of your content, and it seems like you vibe with the people I vibe with. Like, just take it as a shot across the bow, bro. Like real talk. Just take this shot across the bow. Don't let nobody come in your goddamn platform and disrespect you like that, bro. Like real talk. Like real talk. Not only did he disrespected you, but he disrespected our whole people. Your whole people. And your women. Like black women want to be with a guy like that. Talking shit about their men like that. I know real sisters, they hear that shit, they would have tried to slap him through the phone. They would have been better detective and found out where that brother lived and fucking him shit over. And we just sit here and let that shit happen. We can't do that. That's just dead, bro. If other communities aren't going to let that happen, we shouldn't be letting that shit happen, period. But even speaking then, right, y'all heard what y'all heard, right? You know what, let me get a little bit in, because this dude says a little bit more, and then we gonna transfer to the next piece of the puzzle here.
So let me ask you, what if I was white? What if I was white? We can clearly see that white men have built better families than the black man. That's obvious. That's fucking obvious. Mm-hmm. So tell me more about how being white and being a good husband.
Hey, stupid. White women are getting into single motherhoods now. And we're all catching up to the same people, stupid. That's what's happening right now. White women are catching up to that single parenthood shit. It's not the men. It's the conditioning, the social conditioning, which, by the way, your women started. The whole feminism movement, y'all were weak in the knees to let that shit happen. It wasn't us. So your women trampled over y'all weak motherfuckers and then spread this disease of feminism through our race, and now your women are being affected by it, and you sitting here talking about this and talking about our women. What the fuck do you know about our women? And this brother's just gonna sit here and let him talk like that. What do you know about our shit? You don't know shit. And he gonna sit here and say, what if I was white? We know you're white.
And a good leader, someone who gives back to the community, who teaches young men how to be good men. Why is that? How about we talk about niggers who fucking rap about fucking dope and
oh my fucking God. I'm gonna play this one more time, people. I'm gonna play this one more time, dog. Fuck it, bro. Like,
how about we talk about niggers who teaches young men how to be good men? Why is that? How being white and being a good husband and a good leader, someone who gives back to the community, who teaches young men how to be good men. Why is that? How about we talk about niggers who why is that? How about we talk about niggers who fucking rap about fucking dope and money and stuff?
Bro, why you laughing, dog? Like, why you laughing, bro? Like, you think this shit's funny? Like this shit's funny? Like, this dude just sitting there just saying what he needs to say right here because he thinks it's protective over the phone, and you just sitting here laughing about this shit, dog? Like, is there something funny about what he said? No, chat. Maybe I'm missing something here. Do y'all find anything funny about what this dude on the phone is saying right now about this man and other people that look just like this man? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if there was something funny that this person said. Because it didn't sound like to me that shit was funny. And if somebody were to say that same thing on some kind of YouTube platform like this, and the person was Jewish, you best believe there'd be hell. You best believe there'd be problems. They will not stop until this person is canceled. Because you already know they're gonna do that Holocaust shit, and they'll be like, hey, we don't play, because they really don't want to go back there. And anything that remotely comes close to Jew hate, you getting canceled, dog. But here we have a situation where it's just cool. It's just cool. It's funny. I don't find this shit funny. Like, this dude just called you the N-word with a hard ER twice in your own stream, and you're finding it funny.
Fucking bitches And like you said, oh, I don't want a wife. I just want to fuck a bunch of bitches. You think you're a good man? You think you're productive to the community? You think you're helpful to the black community? You think you're empowering the black community with the attitude that you have? No. You're a continuation of the same thing you say holds you down. Institutionalized racism or some shit like that. You're the reason. You're the reason. Because you won't get a fucking job. You won't get a wife. You won't raise your kids. You're the reason.
So the man who just called another black man the N-word with a hard ER is now flipping and projecting on the black man he just insulted and then called the black man racist. I'm so confused on what's happening right now because it seems like this guy is just not only hates himself because you can just hear the anger coming off his voice, but he hates other people so much. Yo, like this is crazy, dog. I'm low-key like I'm feeling kind of sick, dog, just listening to this. Like women in the chat, I don't know if y'all condone this shit, but I'm feeling kind of sick just hearing what this man is saying. Like this is crazy. And
I'm telling young men listening to this podcast tonight.
Yeah.
Look for a good woman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, can I ask you something real quick? What is your definition of a perfect woman or a good woman?
There's no such thing as a perfect woman.
You're fucking retarded, and so is whoever raised you, bro. They dropped you on your head clearly. He answered your question, and when he asked that back to you, you said there's no such thing as a good woman. That sounds awful lot like what Myron Gaines would say. That sounds awful lot about what the Fresh and Fit boys would be saying right now. So it seems like all birds of feather. Let me just relax on this. Let me just react. I'm sick to my stomach just listening to this, and this dude sitting here just condoning this. I can't right now. But now you're gonna be like, okay, dude, this is supposed to be about Kevin Samuels, right? Like black women are pissed off that Kevin Samuels said what he said, right? Everyone's pissed off. He said, women, if they're not planning on putting sex on the table, they shouldn't go to a goddamn date after 5 p.m. He's trying to control our bodies. All right. Now, hearing what y'all just heard, I'm going to go ahead and play another influencer who's also in this space, but primarily caters to a lot of women, and in this case, black women to be exact. All right. And what she thought on this issue. And then you let me know if the hate Kevin Samuels is receiving compared to what this woman got makes any goddamn sense. Because now I'm starting to realize the real hypocrites in the building right now. I'm starting to realize the motherfuckers that complain the loudest are the biggest hypocrites right now. And we're about to expose that.
Black men primarily engage in, and this is it, where they sit up on social media blaming women for the condition of their community, all the while claiming to be leaders. Because when a man sits up and talks about how he wants to be a dating coach or declaring himself as a dating coach, i.e. putting himself and his so-called expertise above large groups of people, then he is by default putting himself in a leadership position. And this is what black men have done, yet the leadership isn't backed by anything. There is no leadership without accountability. So if black men are saying that they're leaders, but then on social media, when you hear them talking about the condition of their community, they want to blame it on the women, that isn't leadership. And the only people who do that are black men. So when this man of no color came on here and said, I can tell by your mindset that you're black, understand that he's not lying. He's basically saying y'all are the only struggle bandits who sit up here and do this. And you do it to the degree that all we need to do is simply listen to the illogical, false, disempowering, I'm weak and I can't control anything, but I want to control something narrative. And that's all we need to know that this is a black man. It's just that simple. You got.
I don't know if y'all just heard what I just heard coming out this woman's mouth. I don't know if y'all just heard what I just heard coming out this woman's mouth. Let's continue. Now, to a certain extent, okay, there's certain men who complain about women on this, and some of them they're found in the manosphere, and all they do is talk about women. We talk about that shit too, but just like we say, not all women, not all men sit here and talk about women. Not all men sit here and do that. Not all men sit here and try to get all y'all pregnant, because when you really look at it, When we dive down into that hood, a lot of y'all are pregnant by the same brothers. So that means y'all fucking with the same dudes. Sometimes that dude is cheating on you with the same with other girls that you know. Sometimes it might be your friend. But guess what? You chose that man to be the father of your child. At the end of the day, it was your choice. So when black men complain about that, they have a point. Because if you're going to say your body, your choice, then you have to deal with the consequences of your body, your choice. If you decide to mate with a man who ain't shit, then that's your fault for having a baby with a nigga ain't shit. That's you. That's not on a man. That's not all man. That's not all black men. That's you and your poor choices in men. Now, if you want to dig it back further, we can then say, okay, it's probably because you didn't have a dad in the home. It's probably that you didn't have good counseling. It's probably because X, Y, and Z. Then we can have a conversation about that. But from what I'm hearing right now, it sounds like you are mad bitter and you're getting ready to agree with the man who just basically lambasted another brother that looks just like you. And after I'm done dealing with what the fuck you said, I want you and your goddamn audience to tell me again why black women need to be protected. Let me know.
A man here who is outside of the community but is privy to black male worship. And see, he's not talking about you going into a church and singing hymns and getting filled with the Holy Ghost of dust. He's talking about the fact that this man can sit up here with no credentials, with the community looking the way that it does, absentee fathers all over the place, low marriage rate, crime in the community, boys growing up without the influence of solid males. He can look at all those things and place it right on the doorstep.
That's because who runs the household right now? It's funny, Cynthia G. You just want to say all this stuff and frame it like it's the man's fault. We live in a matriarchy. A matriarchy. Men don't control shit. They don't control your bodies. They don't control your finances. They don't control shit. You do. You are the head of the household in every community because y'all the only ones there. That's just the truth of it. You raise the boys of today. Single mothers has been a problem for a long time. You had the choice to raise your son with someone else or with to be something great and not to be a statistic. If your son ends up being one of these statistics, that's on you. You made the choice that led up to that baby coming out here to deal with the world that he's living in right now. That's on you. But sitting here blaming all black men for the faults of the mothers, that's a problem to me, Cynthia G. Agreeing with a man that literally just called another black man a nigger with a hard ER. You tell me how black women need to be protected while you're defending this fool. Like, this is crazy.
Of a struggle bandit. And he also knows that a man like this can come up here, despite the condition of the community, and deem himself a leader and sit up and tell women what they need to do and what qualifications they need to meet. Number one, in order to be wife material, and these bandits are not husband materials. And he pointed that out as well. That is a double standard and a privilege that black women give to black men. You allow him to set your qualifications as a wife when he does not have the qualifications to be a husband. And that's why when I come out here and I do these comparisons and I show you guys what these bandits are doing to their preferences and their dating outcomes and their marriage outcomes and their mating outcomes with their preferences, I'm not doing it because I give a damn who a struggle bandit chooses to lay up with, procreate with, or marry. What I'm doing is so that black women will see that you will.
You notice how she can just call black men struggle bandits, right? And I seem to remember a point in time in the manosphere where black women used to be called hyenas, right? Used to be called hyenas, and it started, I think, with Tommy Sotomayor was the one that was using those terms. But black women had a problem with it, and they lambasted Tommy Sotomayor for that type of shit. Now imagine this is a black woman sitting up here calling another black man a struggle bandit, and that shit was flipped around. Let's just be real. Let's just be real for a second. Imagine the outrage. Like, this is the double standard I'm talking about. Y'all got to cut this shit out. Y'all acting like goddamn children right now. Struggle bandits. Like, you sound like you're struggling right now.
Get real world examples of who the problem is. Just like this man of no color knows that black men are the problem, I know that they're the problem within the community, because when they go outside of the community, the problem is still there. But the simple fact that the condition of the community can be this way, that Black men can have the trash marriage and dating record that they have, but still pop up and say that they're a dating coach and actually get Black women to entertain what they're saying, that means you're in a worshiping culture. Worship doesn't mean—
It's funny how you say trash marriage, where Black men, the marriage rate is still the same, but for Black women, it's not. So it means that Black men are still getting married, regardless of which, if their women want to marry them or not. But Black women is the other way around. So who is the one not wanting to be married here? And then when we look at the divorce rates, Black women leave. What are you talking about? Like, we're not going to debate facts here. Like, I'm with you of some complaining about the state of the dating market. I'm with you on that. You got me. When I say it, I complain about the brothers who sit here and complain about women all day. I had that conversation. Matter of fact, most Black folks that are in the Black manosphere right now, they don't like what I have to say, because this channel's too damn balanced. Because we come at everybody, we don't care. So I don't give a shit. Like, we keep this shit straight. Why? Because that's what's important. I'm sticking to the damn mission. I want to bring y'all together, and to do that, I can't be biased. So I agree with you that Black men, most of them, complain about the state of the dating relationships today, but don't sit here and try to make it seem like it's a Black man's fault. Because then when we look at the mothers and we look at the situation that we're being raised with, it tells a different story. Quit fucking capping, bruh.
Mean that you're singing hymns to someone. Worship doesn't mean that you're kneeling and bowing down. Can that be a part of worship? Absolutely. But if you look up the definition of worship, it doesn't have anything to do with what you would typically see as worship, going into a church, singing hymns, doing Bible studies. That's not what it is. This is worship. When someone gets undue credit, when someone gets undue excessive admiration and respect and reverence, to the degree that they can just pop up these channels and you will listen to them and you will support them and you will modify your behavior, even though they haven't modified theirs. That's the worship. And that's why the man of no color pointed out the worship.
Oh, no, you idiot. It's called code switching, dummy. Everybody does it. And if you don't do it, there's certain limitations that you're going to run into. I code switch all the goddamn time, depending on the community I'm with. It just displays how cultured I am. That's what it is. I'm not going to talk to a straight ass, we call a white couple, like from whatever time zone grandma ages, the same way I talk to my homies. I'm not going to talk to them the same way. It's going to be straightened up and it's going to be proper, because I need to tailor my message right. Just, I'm not going to talk to y'all the same way I talk to my supervisor. I'm not going to talk to y'all the same way I talk to my girl. I'm not going to talk to y'all the same way I talk to my kid. It's always going to be different. Why? Because in this world, if you want to get ahead, you need people. And to be able to get ahead using people, you have to be able to learn how to move people around you. And to be able to learn how to move people around you, you need to learn how to be magnetic, charismatic, and to be able to use your words to be able to get that social cohesion. So you guys can work and get what y'all both want out of the deal. To do that, you need to put up the least resistance possible. So if you're going to listen, man, when I was listen, let me tell you something, guys. Let me get my mud back in here real quick. I want to educate y'all on something. When I was in the car business, man, because I'm in Wisconsin, so we don't have a huge Latino community or Hispanic community. I say Hispanic, but y'all get mad because Hispanic. What is Hispanic? It's an umbrella term. So I'm gonna say Latino, Latina. All right, the big community, not so much big, but like they're there. And when they come to buy cars, they usually come in, they want to buy from another dude who speaks Spanish. That's how loyal they are. They come in, they want to buy from another dude who speaks Spanish. And this particular day where this individual came in, right, his whole family came in, they were trying to get a car, and we didn't have a Spanish-speaking rep at the time, right? And their English wasn't that good. It was like literally broken English. And in Nigeria, there's actually something that we speak called broken English, right? You know, they say, oh boy over there, no go come. You know, it's a way to break down your English, right, to the most basic form possible, almost to the point where you're like grunting at them to motion in what you want, but you're really not doing it. So when I'm having these guys come in, right, it's like I'm not going to sit here and speak very proper or talk very fast like some of you guys complain about in the chat, right? I'm only talking the way I talk with people who can either mentally keep up with what I'm saying and process what I'm saying with how fast I'm processing it versus slowing down. But if I'm dealing with people who can't mentally process as quickly what the words that are coming out of my mouth to convey a message, I have to slow it down and tailor it another way. So if I'm having a lot of couples in front of me who speak Spanish or from a different culture and their English is broken, guess what? My English is broken. I mirrored them. So I don't use big words. I don't use all these fancy things, right? It could be as simple as, that book over there is it's red. This book is red. That car is green. If you want this, okay, $10. If you want that, $25. And I'm not even going to go into detail about describing products or anything like that. That's how I'm going to break it down to them so they can understand and receive the message. But when black folks over here come up talking about code switching, acting like that's a horrible thing, you're wrong. That means you just don't understand and you've been too closed off in your own community for too damn long. Grow, expand, learn. It's that simple.
He also pointed out the fact that these are not men. I've been telling you guys that, listen, black women are the only women who listen to black men for dating advice. I've said this many times. Look, the kitten in heels and his little bussy popping purring kittens can come into the chat box and try to get you to believe that women of no color and men of no color are on his platform and they're not being paid to put their input in there. But at the end of the day, people of no color.
Hey, Noe or Noah Songs, I want to know. I want you to explain this shit. I really want you to explain this shit because we sat here and listened to the message, and the message was, and I can re-break that down to you in case you're not paying attention. All right, and the message was because this man asked a question. He says, "What do you like in a woman? What's your ideal perfect woman?" He said, "Someone who listens and has time available for him." And when this guy got a chance to speak, first of all, he tried to shut him down. The black dude had to check him, right? And we'll play this back again, and I'm going to pull up this comment. The black dude checked him. And then he proceeded to insult not only him, but then stereotype the entire race of black men. And then he proceeded to use the N-word that we're now focused on. It seems like you got selective hearing, and you missed all of that shit that we just covered. So if you have a problem with what we're going over there, get your ass over there to CynG, buy them t-shirts, and stay the fuck over there. We don't deal with racist sympathizers over here on this platform. I don't give a fuck if you're a man or a woman. This man didn't have no valid points on that stream, and we'll run that shit back. 0 valid points. He out here, and I'm looking at your avatar right now. You look like a sister. He out here basically called another brother out his name. Where's the protection for the black men? If this shit happened to a black woman, all y'all will be the first one out here screaming, protection for black women, protection for black women. Yet a white man could sit here and call a black man nigger. And then y'all could just sit here and say, oh, y'all just focus on that word. This is sick. Nay, this is sick. This comment right here is sickening. Fuck out of here, man. The hell is this? Like, I can't believe I can't believe this. There are people actually agreeing with this. Wow. Like, no. I'm shocked. What message? No, tell me. Hey, y'all in the chat, maybe I missed something. And we'll run that shit back because I want to hear what this broad has to say. But what message did this white man say to this black dude that I'm missing here, lady? No. What message were we missing here? Because there wasn't any message the way I see it. It seemed like the dude, he literally just told the man to kill himself on the stream. Maybe that's the message you're talking about, no? Maybe that's the message you meant, right? Maybe that's the message we all missed. Where this white dude came over here and told this man, after calling him the hard ER word, to kill himself. Tonight. I think we missed that message. Was that what you were talking about? Or we're just having selective hearing? Fuck out of here, bro. Like, that shit's just dumb. See, y'all say the dumbest shit and think y'all right. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Go get some damn sense, woman. God damn.
Do not listen to black men giving dating advice. They do not. There's no reason to. The only people who popularize these men are black people. If you go to the Kitten in Heels, the only people who are listening to him and calling into his channel and asking him to rate them are black women. If they go on his show, it will be to challenge something that he's saying, not to get in.
There she go again talking about Kevin Samuels. And
advice.
I'm not saying you don't have a point here, CynG. I'm not saying that. But you're not covering the big elephant in the room.
Nobody listens to Black men. And that's because everyone outside of the Black community already know they're nobody to be listened to for advice, and they're definitely nobody to be worshipped. So his followers are Black women and the like-minded struggle bandits. There's no need for anyone else to listen to Black men because everyone else already knows better. And you can see that in what this man of no color said. You're not a dating coach. You're not even qualified. What you're saying is nonsense. But I want to bring this to you because I've been saying this, and now you're hearing it from not just another male group, but the male group who are dominating Black men. From the male group who Black men try to speak for, the male group who Black men are deeply intimidated by, and quite frankly, the male group who Black men model everything. They're so-called, I'm a dating coach. Hi.
First of all, Cynthia G, now you talking all this shit, I'm going to investigate your goddamn credentials. I want to know your paperwork now. No. Since you want to go ahead and come at the position of the argument of authority, you want to argue from a point of authority, let's look into your goddamn books then. Where's your goddamn qualifications? Because I can tell you this, if we look into your shit, there's none of it that's professionally there. Hands down. And second thing, Black men are not intimidated by white men. There's nothing about white, and I'm sorry to all white folks in the building, like nothing crazy. I love y'all, but I'm not intimidated by y'all. I'm not even intimidated by no men. Real men aren't intimidated by other men. That's just not a thing. All right, unless the person is in a weaker position, right, and he doesn't know how to defend himself, and hence him being weak, then he'll be intimidated by other men. But strong men, they don't worry about other men. I don't give a fuck what race you are. I don't. Like, I'll go up here if you Black, I ain't scared of you. If you white, I ain't scared of you. If you Latino, I ain't scared of you. You're just another dude to me. That's just what it is. Real men ain't scared of shit. So I don't know what kind of dudes you've been dealing with, but they're not the real men. So no one is scared of the white man. No one. It's a new day. Get the fuck out of that mentality. This is the old slave kind of mentality I'm talking about. Y'all always go back to these goddamn ways of thinking. That's not right. No one is scared of nobody. Matter of fact, in most of the jobs that I had in high-level sales, I've usually been the only Black dude there. Literally the only Black dude there. And I outcompete and beat my white and Asian counterparts. And I do it in style, baby. I got a certain swag that these guys can't even replicate. While they're following the goddamn books, I'm doing my thing. And I'm still outdoing them effortlessly. I ain't scared of no white boy. I ain't scared of no Asian boy. I ain't scared of no Black boy. I ain't scared of nobody. Because I know what I got here, just like every other real man knows. So just because you haven't met a real man who's very sure of themselves, and y'all been dealing with, all y'all bitter bitches have been dealing with all these broken men this entire time, don't sit here and put all these other men out here that are strong and out here looking for wives. And they on this platform right now, so are the women. Don't sit here and spread your toxic to all the nonsense, because not all women listen to that shit. And know it's trash when they see it. So I'm not going to have you sit here and put all that toxic nonsense out there. Like, somebody needs to check this woman. I don't know why there are more content creators coming out and checking this woman and her audience. This is crazy.
Value man manosphere who they copy, because these bandits don't have an original bone in their body. So do you think they came up with red pill and manosphere and high value man? No, they siphoned it off from a man of no color and an Asian man of no color. It just is what it is.
She's right. And I agree with Cynthia G. All this shit that y'all hearing about high value, hypergamy nonsense, and all these dudes, it came from this nigga right here. Pathological personalities attract other pathological personalities, Roll Tomasi, right? Roll Tomasi, I wrote a book and 5 articles on that bitch, Tomasi. That's where a lot of this shit came from. So she's right. But you're still not going at the heart of the issue. A man, a Black man, was literally verbally assaulted by another white man on stream. And so far, you've condoned every single behavior he said so far. This is very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. And then Shabu, you said, why were you the only Black person? Sasha Boo, you said, why were you the only Black man in the room? The only reason why is just because, and you know what? That's another point too. Because I'm the kind of person that always pushed and strived for more. So I never let things like, all these like skin colors or none of that shit never bothered me. Yeah, none of that did. Like I came in and I'm ready to work. Like all that stuff gets put to the side. But one thing I did notice about my black brothers and some of them, not all of them, there were certain other jobs that I had where there were other situations going on. But I'm talking about these high ticket, really high level jobs. It just, the competition is just what it is. And I'm not saying because they were black or anything like that. It's just, can you hang or not? Do you got the gumpture? Do you got the energy? Do you got the consistency to keep pushing? And these criticisms that we would get, right, when we sit there and we got to do a performance review, right? We got to sit there and have the manager flip through your monthly, quarterly, all your different performance, and then basically break down to you whether if you're on the right path to succeed or not, and they'll be raw with you. Sometimes, a lot of people can't handle that. I've seen white folk get run out of the building because they have poor performance reviews. This is what it is. But the way I like to see it is because I'm a cutthroat dude when it comes down to it at the end of the day. I still got full-time contracts, and I'm streaming every single day. And that doesn't even faze me. I can even throw more work on top of this. But it's just the work ethic I have. So that's the thing. So, and one thing I would concede to for a lot of y'all out there, some dudes out there, when they see the kind of work, they'd much rather just complain about it. No, they would. I've seen it personally. Where I'll sit there, I'll even try to help guys to get into certain similar positions that I've gotten into, right? Because I've already not only gotten in bed in the company, but also put up so much numbers that literally, it's one of those things. Y'all know how you come in and you're literally the guy, right? And they concede favors to you. You start to build rapport and you start to give favors. That was me and a couple other people in the building. But the one thing I noticed is when you're good at your job, upper management, they notice that and they give you a little bit more leeway. So in this case, if I wanted to bring somebody else to come work with me, and sometimes they'll even encourage it. Yo, Duke, you know anybody that can do what you do and you want to bring them aboard? I hire him, bro. Like I hire him just because I know what you're doing, bro. Like if you know anyone that wants to come work, and they come from you, I'll hire them. I like fuck the interview. We'll make it happen. Like we'll speak. We still got to do the interview for formalities and shit, but if they're coming from your recommendation, we'll make it happen. And there were brothers I tried to put on. But when you sit there and you explain the pay plan and you break it down to them and they find out, it's all commission. Wait, I don't get a salary? When's the first time I get paid? Nah, bro, I ain't trying to do that. Right? And it's not for everybody. Right? And I'm not saying it's just black men. Other men of other races do it too as well. But if you want to ask the main reason why I was the main one there, I'm the kind of nigga that don't give a shit. I really don't. Right? I don't care how cutthroat it is. I don't care how difficult the challenge is. It don't faze me. All I know is what I want and what I'm going to get out of it. The difference between somebody who's a winner and somebody who's a seller. I'm a goddamn winner, baby. I go for the goddamn throat. That's it. If you come for me, I go for the jugular. Whatever I want, I'm going to fucking get it. That's the mentality a lot of men should start having. But the problem is, in this day and age, we're being raised in the matriarchy. And a lot of us are being raised to be little bitches. Real talk. And if it wasn't the case, then tell me why a lot of modern women right now are starved from masculine men. I'll wait because it's not something that exists. And you can't make something exist when they're coming from backgrounds where there aren't masculine men present to teach masculine young men how to be masculine men. It just doesn't work. A woman, you're never going to teach a boy how to be a man. It just doesn't happen. When I was younger, when I was 14, 15, my mama couldn't tell me shit no more. That's when I realized, literally, I'm going to tell you, ladies, I'm going to tell you, and this may not be for all young boys nowadays, but I'm going to tell you my mental process the moment I hit puberty. When I looked at my mom, I realized she was just a woman. I'm going to let that sink in, right? Because when I was younger, the image I had of my mom is similar to what most black men have of their moms in this country too as well. But men at large, right? And almost like they put her in God status. Like you got to fear mom, you got to all that different things. And that was me for a while. But after I got hit puberty and I'm looking at her and I'm looking at certain things that she does and I'm looking at certain behaviors, I'm just like, I get it. Like at the end of the day, you're still just a woman, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, nothing bad about that. It's just recognizing that, okay, she's a woman and she behaves, she has certain tendencies like some of the girls I've known, I've dated, I've been around with. Not saying that she's them, but she's just a woman just like they are. They have feelings. You got to talk to them a certain way. You got to do things a certain way. I had to learn how to manage my mom's emotions at a younger age because she would wild out certain times. And when I was younger, I didn't know how to deal with all that. I'm like, well, you coming home screaming about the pot being out of place? Like, it's still washed. Why you getting mad at that? But when I got older, I got to realize, oh, no, that's just mom. She's just like, don't worry about it. Two different. So that's the stage a lot of young men grow into. And it gets frustrating for the mother because the mother can't tell the young man shit. But I tell you this, when my uncles came around and they repeated or restated what my mama said, best believe I was on that shit and doing it. Why? Because my uncle was 6'3", tall ass nigga with dreadlocks, could freaking knock your ass out with a nice little right. So yeah, you best believe I sat the fuck up and listened. But that was another man telling me what the hell's going on. So if you're, and I'm not even saying that single parent household is whatever, that's fine, because that's majority of the world nowadays. But you need to get your child that masculine role model because that's very important. Like Mia was saying with the super chat, her father was telling her what a good man, an ideal man should be. And not only telling her, but showed her by example. This is what we're missing. So when we hear women like Cynthia G lambasting black men and then complaining in the same breath why our neighborhoods and why black men are always in the trash and treating women horrible, look at the women that are raising them and then look at the women who are complaining about them and you tell me if that makes sense. We got to start bringing some balance into this space. No more of that shit. That shit's dead. Whole women bad, that's dead. The whole men are all bad, that shit's dead now. It's a new day and age. If y'all with that hate shit, y'all gonna be put in that corner over there with the racists and the haters and the clout chasers. That's where y'all gonna be, right there. Meanwhile, everybody else who wants to get along and build meaningful long-term relationships can come over here and go to other platforms that are promoting that shit to make it happen. But y'all are done.
Black men continue to speak for men of no color, but as you can see, they can't. If black men could think for men of no color, that would mean that they have the capacity to think like them. And we know that that's not true, because if black men could think like men of no color, they wouldn't be dominated by him. It just is what it is. So why listen to them? This man of no color told a number of different things about black men. Number one, he can tell that he's black by his mentality, and I'm going to emphasize that again. And two, he can tell that he doesn't have a clue as to what real manhood is. And anyone with a bit of common sense who knows what manhood is, which unfortunately exempts black women, because black women, especially the black male worshiping women, don't got one clue as to what manhood is. And that's why you will hear them sitting up here calling people gold diggers, because they want a provider. They're trying to cater to the broke, struggle bandit positioning of black men. And the reason they're doing that, because again, it's black male worship. It's basically saying you don't have to bring anything to the table and I'm still going to be here. And this man of no color in so many different ways is essentially saying, look, that they're not men because they're getting undue praise and worship. They're not men and they won't rise to the mantle of manhood because there's no standards here. Wow. Basically, he's saying, look, you don't have to live up to any standards. You want the women to bring everything to the table. You want them to be wives. You want them to cater to you. But yet you ain't even half or even a piece of a man. This man of no color came to drill and he wasn't playing at all. This is the way that a lot of black men are trying to eat. They don't even really care about other black males. That's why in here, this man of no color said, look at where you're leading the males to. They don't want to lead them to anywhere. They're trying to eat. These are the men who on average, although they're calling themselves high value, make $40K a year. That's why if you look at this dude's theme, he's saying make a donation and then call in.
She's kind of she has a point there. Kind of, okay. But I mean, most of y'all dudes are donation hustlers. Let's just be real. Most of y'all dudes out here doing this work, y'all donation hustlers. Nothing wrong with that. Get your money. But she's got a point there. But to the point where she's talking about, men are leading them astray and not leadership, that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. At least there's a space trying. Now, some of these guys who are taking over this space, they're wrong, and we call them out here on the show. Y'all in the chat know we call them out. We got no goddamn bones about it. But we also call you out too, and women who think like you, because we got no bones about it. But then again, you're talking about, oh, this man's talking about family, togetherness, and all that stuff like that. You don't even know if he actually even has that for himself. This man sounds hateful, and literally, if a woman dating him probably will be dealing with the guys he hates the most, which is the guy that looks like him, the same dude that you're out here lambasting right now. Cynthia G, you're sick in the head, bro. You need therapy. Like, you've been hurt. Who hurt you? Huh? Let me get my mud back in here, Cynthia. Cynthia, come here. Come here, Cynthia. Who hurt you? Huh? Who was it? Huh? Which of them dudes hurt you? Left you out here? Because this is not normal for a woman who is supposed to be healthy to be saying about a stream where a white man called another black man the N-word with a hard ER and all y'all supporting this shit. If this was the other way around, I want y'all to close your eyes, for example. Please close your eyes, for example. And I want you to vote in the chat. So I want to make sure I'm not fucking crazy. If the roles were reversed and this was a black woman sitting down and the white woman comes in and was telling her, this is the reason why all your men are leaving you, because you's a dumb. I'm not even gonna say it because I'm scared. I don't like. They might take me out of context, fellas. I'm scared. But let me know what's gonna happen. Put a 1 in the chat if this was a black woman getting talked to the exact same way that white man was talking to a black man on stream. If the Cynthia G would have this exact same response. Matter of fact, if women would have the same response. Put a 1 in the chat or put a 2 in the chat if you believe if the same thing happened and a black woman was getting lambasted by a white woman on this same topic, that black woman would have went off. And all the black women would try to cancel her on that phone. I'll wait. If this was a black woman getting talked to like that by a white woman telling her, wow, oh, this is why your men are leaving you black bitches for us. Yep. Yeah. They love us Beckys because we have the asses now. Yep. You black bitches, you guys lost your men because you guys don't know how to keep them. You guys love to fucking sit around, put on lace fronts and BBLs that think that's going to keep you a man, but you don't know how to keep your man. So that's why they're leaving you black bitches and they're coming over to us. Imagine if a white woman was on that stream saying the exact same thing. I know even me just saying what I'm saying right now, some of y'all women in the chat probably felt the kind of way. Y'all probably looking at me like, oh, dude, do you actually mean that? That sounds horrible. If the roles were reversed. But no, since it's a black man being lambasted and called the N-word on a stream where a white man is doing it, it's cool. And you know what? The white man is right. Yeah, the white man. You tell him. You tell that struggle bandit. You tell that struggle bandit what is up. What all black women has been feeling this entire time about our men. No, bitch. Thank you for letting us know how women like you feel about black men. And I know where the hatred's coming from. You're crazy. You real talk crazy. We'll play a little bit of this and then we'll move on. But I want y'all to see what's happening right now.
So you don't even get to ask them a question without paying them, even though they don't have the credentials to warrant payment. This is the way black men are trying to eat. It's really just that simple. But what this man of no color did point out is that it is black men's lack of manhood. That's the reason for the issues in the black community. It's really just that simple. Black women, they don't have to compete for you. And unfortunately, that's one of the greatest reasons why they won't bring anything to the table, because even if they don't, you're not going to, by and large, go out and replace them by another male group. They don't even have to hear the comparisons between what they're lacking and what other male groups will provide. So these are some of the things that are going to need to change first before you think that you can weaponize sex against a male group who can go out and obtain it from any race of woman that they want it from. It just is what it is. The fact of the matter is, what black men say that they want out of black women is something that they're not requiring from other groups of women. And that's because you ain't go get it. Other groups of women ain't about to sit up here and worship you, black men. Black men.
So when he said that he would just want a woman to prioritize her time with him, so you're saying that black women aren't willing to give that to black men? What is going on? Because it seemed like what he asked about with his answer to the question about the perfect woman was about a woman who can prioritize time with him. And you're turning that to be something completely different. That's not what he said. Matter of fact, That's what a lot of dudes would want. How many times right now are we dealing with in a situation where we hear women talking about, oh, I want to date. Oh yeah, I really want to date. I really do. But oh, you know, Steve, Steve, what's that dude's name? Steve Harvey. You know, Steve Harvey. I'm just so busy to date. I'm too busy. I want to find me a man, Steve Harvey, but I just don't have the time. I got my career. I got my puppies. I got Greg down the street. All right, he comes by and mows the lawn every once in a while. I got to sit there and punch the tickets and make sure he's good. I got all this problems, Steve. I don't have time to date. On top of that, I'm going back to school, but I want a man. Do you want to get married? Oh, that's too much commitment, Steve. I want to find somebody that can complement my lifestyle, right? Who can keep me on the go. Y'all don't want to get married. Most of y'all. At least the ones being overrepresented right now in mainstream media for the black women don't want relationships with black men. We hear this all the time. So for Cynthia G to come on here and say the bullshit that she's saying, that's a problem. Because this is someone who's clearly speaking from a place of hurt, pain, anger, and not a place of reason and actually healing. You are a distraught, angry, bitter woman. And for Noah or whatever the hell, I'm going to go ahead and play back Oh Boy's video. And I'm going to play for everybody else here. And you tell me the message I missed from this white man talking shit. Because it seems like I missed something. There was something here that wasn't put together that should have been put together. So I'm gonna play back his own words again.
Let me ask you, what do you think?
This is how everything starts. He's about to go into it right now. So for some of y'all over here who said I missed something, I'm gonna just let this play. And you let me know what I missed. And you let me know if he puts up any valid points whatsoever. I'm going to let this play.
What do you think is, I will say that I'm a married man. I have a family.
Okay.
I have a wife who doesn't vote because I told her she shouldn't because she's a woman.
Okay.
Hey. I'm going to so right off the bat, he said he has a wife that doesn't vote because he told her not to. Y'all, hey, Cynthia G, this white man that you're defending just said he doesn't let his wife vote. He said he doesn't let his wife vote. This thing is literally taking it back before women had rights. White dudes like that are the reason why white women wanted to be liberated from niggas like that. And y'all running towards that, talking about we're trying to enslave y'all. He doesn't let his wife vote. I'm shocked that black women are defending this shit right now. I'm shocked. Go to Zaddy that is killing y'all. Go to Zaddy that won't even let y'all vote. And y'all let me know how that works out. This is crazy. He just said, hey, Noah, what did I miss? It seemed like he don't let his wife vote. So you want to be up on that, Miss Independent? I'm not saying you are. I'm saying most women who want to talk about the independent shit, he doesn't even want you to vote. The fuck? I'm going to play that back again in case y'all missed it.
What do you think is, I will say that I'm a married man. I have a family.
Okay.
I have a wife who doesn't vote. Because I told her she shouldn't, because she's a woman.
Okay.
I have a wife who said
he told her she shouldn't vote because she's a woman. I'm gonna let that just sink in for a second.
Home, who cooks and cleans.
Okay.
But let me ask you, what I lead the house, with a strong hand.
Okay.
But let me ask you, what do you think the perfect one is? And then after you give your answer, I'd love to reply to that. What do you think the perfect woman is?
What do I think the perfect?
What do you think the perfect woman is? Hey, Noah, I hope you're listening.
Okay, so the perfect woman for me, because the perfect woman is different for different men, right?
Your idea.
My idea of the perfect woman. The perfect woman for me is just a woman that prioritizes time spent with me. I really don't, because I'm not like.
That was it. The perfect woman who prioritizes time spent. What is wrong with that? Cynthia G, what is wrong with the man who said that the perfect woman for him is a woman that prioritizes spending time with him? You know, the same shit that you were saying that brothers won't want to do with their women? That's what he said his ideal woman was. He answered the question, a woman that spends time with him. That's so simple. It's what most guys want. Okay, you're not too busy for me. Great. Now you're available for me. Let's go have fun. because I want to enjoy my experience with you. And that's different having true enjoyment and experience with a woman, like fun. But she has to be able to be willing to prioritize that time and not be too busy for you. That's why when some guys talk about the topic on single moms, right? The biggest complaint is single moms don't have time for the dudes. I guarantee you a lot more single moms be wifed up if they figured out how to put their structure their lives in order. Right. And I'm not saying that if you figure out how to, get some good stuff with the kids and, prioritize certain things, you can have the best of both worlds. There are guys out there that will fold for y'all. So that's why I come at these manosphere dudes when they talk about don't wife up single moms, because I'm like, y'all capping right now. A lot of dudes out here will. Some of them don't even have requirements. They'll just wife them up. So y'all are lying. But what is so wrong with a black man saying he just wants a woman to prioritize time spent? Hey, no way. I hope you in the chat listening, because apparently we missed something, right? What did we get wrong here?
Into marriage. I'm not into, being with one woman. So the perfect woman for me is the woman that prioritizes and she values the time that she gets to spend with me.
Stop right there. So stop right there.
We're about 1 minute in. He already tries to cut him off and stop him. All right. Hey, maybe I missed something.
So
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna need you to take it easy, because this is my show. So all that stop right there shit, take it easy. Take it easy, because I know you fundamentally disagreeing with me and all that, but I still need you to be in the position of a person who's calling into someone else's show. Okay?
That's fine, but I'm going to make it interesting.
Because I'm not. You take it easy, because I'm not your wife, who you lead with a strong hand.
The same wife that he doesn't let vote, by the way. Hey, sisters in the building who are listening, he doesn't let his wife vote because he says so, and he said he doesn't believe women should be voting because they're women. This is a white man that Cynthia G is praising, and all the women who follow Cynthia G are praising right now. Maybe I missed something.
This is not that situation. So make sure you check your situation before you do all that bullshit.
You would know nothing about leading women. That's obvious.
Gotcha.
So what I'm saying is, you want a woman to be subservient to you, but you want that woman to fill the roles of a woman, but you don't want to fill the roles of a man.
So I'm gonna break this down. Two things, right? If you are, what he's trying to do is make his situation and the question he asked apply to all black folks, right? Or his view of all black folks. Meanwhile, he's deviating from the actual question. What do you find in a perfect woman? A woman who prioritizes time spent with me. That's his answer. This guy takes that and says, you want women to be subservient to you. The guy who doesn't let his wife vote because she's a woman is talking to another black man, talking about this black man wants somebody to be subservient to him. It sounds like you're projecting, dog. It sounds like you mad projecting right now. But hey, no way, I missed something, right? I missed something. This is before the N-word. But I missed something because y'all want to sit here and come up here, not do your own research and make excuses up for other women doing bad behavior. Get that shit out of here, man. What's wrong with you? But I'll wait while you sympathize with racists. I'll wait.
No. Who said anything about her being subservient, bro? When did I say subservient?
I mean, you want a woman to love you and worship you. That sounds like subservience.
When did I say love and worship? I said I want a woman to prioritize the time she spends with me. That's it.
Okay, that means being subservient. That means she puts her life on hold to make your life happier.
Wrong. That's why this dude who's calling don't know shit about women. If a woman loves you and really wants to be with you, time doesn't even matter to her. Being with you is all she cares about in that particular moment. That's it. This guy, his wife doesn't even give a shit about him. Otherwise, his wife would be in there with him right now. That's why he's sitting there over here trying to project and shit. If a woman wants to be with you, she will move mountains to be there. This guy doesn't know women. Look out of here.
That's subservient.
What?
So I can already tell you're black.
Bro.
So this is the problem within the black community. You guys just want.
Okay. Hey, no way. No way. Because you're saying we missed the point. This is all before the N-word. He just goes in and starts attacking black community as a whole. The question was, what is your ideal perfect woman? His answer was someone who prioritizes time spent. Did we miss something here? Because right now, you're saying that we were all focused on the N-word. This is all before he even said the first N-word with the A. And I would even, if I would just go as far as let that pass, but he said the ER twice after that. And then told the brother to kill himself. Now, I'm going to leave this up here while we playing, because you need to let me know what the hell we missed. I want to know. I'm going to expose y'all too.
Just like you called women bitches.
Right.
This is the reason you guys don't have families. This is the reason. You expect a woman to be the perfect woman, you want a housewife without being a husband. And that's what's wrong. And you're sitting here giving dating advice to people. You're leading men down a dangerous path. You want a good wife? You want a good wife, a lover? You get a job. You do your job as a man. How dare you say that a woman should do her job?
So apparently he's insinuating that black men don't work. Okay.
And prioritize her wants to worship you when you don't do a fucking thing. If you don't provide for that woman, she don't owe you a fucking thing, dude. Not a thing. And it's simple to me because you call them bitches. You call them bitches. You know, yeah, I'm just hanging with my niggas, fucking bitches.
Okay, we got the first N-word. And this one, it sounded like he said it with the A, right? And it seemed like to me he was testing the waters. But hey, Nate Songs, let me know what I missed.
That says all I need to know about you. And that's why women don't fuck with you. That's why good women don't fuck with you. That's why you have a problem dating.
I guess women like these over here are good women, right? The women who are also willing to fuck with or lay down with racists, right? Right? Nah, we exposing all that shit mentality. Hey, listen. Don't get it twisted. We coming at everybody. You talk some stupid shit, we come at you too. I don't give a fuck if you got a pussy or a dick. We coming at your ass. If you a content creator or if you an audience member, we coming at you. Because we need self-awareness. What this man is saying is stupid, just like this comment.
Because good women know you're not a good man. And you're giving all this advice. You're a shitty fucking man. You're not a good pickup artist.
Okay, Nate. What did I miss? The man answered the question. He said someone who prioritized time spent. He then goes in to lambast all black men, lambast pretty much our women and why they're leaving us, and then proceeds to call them the N-word, and now he's going in on something completely different. So what did we miss? And while we're so focused on the N-word, you tell me what we missed out of what he just said. I want to know what I missed, because there are plenty of you black women supposedly who are condoning this nonsense. All because it's a white man talking down to a black man. Y'all got so much hate and hatred in your hearts right now, so much resentment. Y'all will see and condone another white man talking down to your brothers for nothing. What did we miss?
You're not a good dater. All you do is want to fucking come and a cum receptacle. Like, all you want to do is come. That's all you want to do is come. You're not teaching young men how to, be fathers, how to be leaders. You're a continuation of the problem we have. You want to come in women and then bail. That's all you want to fucking do. You're a piece of shit. Kill yourself tonight.
Hey, Nay Songs. What did I miss? What did I miss? He called black women cum dumpsters, called the black man a nigga, and then told him to kill himself tonight. And then you're mad that I'm mad that this man is saying this to a black man, to your black men. Where's the protection for him? But yeah, y'all want to sit here and come at me because Kevin Samuels makes a comment Kevin Samuels makes a comment about women on pussy curfew. Y'all lose your fucking mind. Yeah, we have racist sympathizers who also wear the same color we do, and nobody's saying shit. Not even the women. Someone showed the point. We got women over here talking about we missed the point. What did we miss? The part where he was calling them a nigga? Or the part where he was calling you black women cum dumpsters? And that's all we want to do is come into cum dumpsters. So you're nothing but cum dumpsters, right? What did we miss? Or did we miss the fact that he told a black man to go kill himself? All because he said he just wanted a woman to prioritize time spent. So a black man should die because he wants time spent with the woman, the ideal perfect woman for him. Thank you. Girls like you, Nay. Girls like Cynthia G. Thank you for letting me know exactly where your goddamn head's at. Thank you. My eyes and a lot of young men's eyes are open to the way some of y'all black females on here, and I'm not saying all, I'm saying some of y'all, especially hanging around these YouTube spaces, how y'all really feel about the black man. Don't let me ever, some of y'all ladies following this shit, ever catch y'all here. Anything happen to black women, y'all take care of yourselves. Go take care of yourselves. Go protect yourselves. Because it seems like y'all could do it better, right? You have an ample opportunity here to basically prove what the fuck's up when the chips are down for your brothers, and then when it happens, y'all attack the brother while he's down. This is a symbolism of what a lot of black men has been complaining about, have been seeing from their women. And all y'all exemplify that right now. Not most of y'all, but the y'all following the Cynthia G's of the world. Y'all heard what Cynthia G had to say about this man, that you guys equally heard the comments on what he was saying about not only black women, but the black man. With that being said, guys, I'm making a declaration right now. Anybody that follows Cynthia G and genuinely likes her shit, they're all racist and racist sympathizers. If they're willing to come up here and defend what a white man is saying to a black man on live, you're all racist. And you don't need to be dealing with any black man because you got hate, nothing but hate for him. You're not going to be able to love them, and you're the kind of bras that Rolo talks about in these damn books. In these damn books, meanwhile, the same nigga who hangs out with other racists like Myron Gaines, the same nigga that said the exact same thing that dude just said on stream. You guys are racist and racist sympathizers. I don't give a fuck. My mind's made up. No sensible, self-respecting woman will look at and listen to what this man has said to a black man and condone this. But the fact that y'all was so goddamn quick to jump down because it was a black man being lambasted on there, this wasn't the battle that you guys wanted to win. Like, this is not the battle. Y'all made yourself look so goddamn petty, envious, jealous, and just damn near pumped full of hate that it wasn't even funny. This shit and watching y'all ladies defend this shit was disgusting. And for all of y'all that genuinely believe this shit, leave this platform. You're racist and racist sympathizers. And let me not hear you any one thing complaining about Fresh and Fit, talking about they don't date black women or any one of those things like that. I don't want to fucking hear it. Because as long as we don't have women coming out here with the same kind of energy for women like this who break down this shit and then support racist sympathizers and racists, I don't want to hear shit from y'all because y'all the same kind of demons you like to complain about. And with that being said, get my lights up.